give you a quick introduction about him. So, Love Zohar is a seasoned governance, risk, and compliance professional and certified ISO lead implementer with over a decade of experience in cybersecurity and information security training. As the founder of Cyber GRC, he has delivered 10,000 plus hours of training to 20,000 plus professionals across 15 plus countries, empowering global teams to implement and audit ISO 27001, ISO 22301, ISO 27701, and ISO 42001 framework. Loves practical hands-on teaching style, bridge technical depth with real-world application, making complex GRC concept simple and actionable. He holds multiple certification including ISO 27001 and 42001 lead implementer, CompTIA Security Plus, ITIL V4, CCNA, and Prince 2 practitioner.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Cyber Talk with Cyber GRC. Today's topic is absolutely crucial for every cyber security, privacy, governance professional. From ISO 27001 to ISO 42001, the evolution of GRC careers. AI is transforming business, risk, compliance, security, and even job roles. And today we'll break down why upgrading from traditional ISO 27001 skill to ISO 42000 AIMS expertise is becoming a must have for future ready GRC professionals. And I would like to tell you all that a special guest is joining us today. That is Jayant, that is co-founder of Cyber GRC. So Jayant will be also asking some questions that we have, that he have actually. And yeah, as we all know the format of it, you guys also have to ask the questions. So let me begin with my first question, that is, why are ISO 27001 skills no longer enough in 27 and beyond?
Yeah, it's a very good question to start with, actually, Vidya. So, ISO 27001 basically was built for information security related risk, right? For example,
Hmm.
risk related to confidentiality, integrity, availability, right?
Hmm.
But today, as you see, with the advent of ChatGPT, we are using now AI everywhere. Okay, now
Yes.
people are using AI more than they used to use Google, right? So that is where AI is becoming now. AI is everywhere, be it
Hmm.
chatbot, be it automation, be it customer profiling, be it robotics. Everywhere you see AI, right? So with these
Yes.
AI systems being introduced, ISO for 27001 cannot fully now cover the security aspect and governance aspect of AI. Okay, that is where you need to have ISO 42001 so that you can take care of things like AI hallucination, AI
Hmm.
bias, AI discrimination, and all the safety and adversarial issues related to the AI, so that your AI is basically governed properly and all the risk related to AI is also captured properly. Okay, so that is why ISO 27001 is still relevant, I would say, but it's not
Hmm.
sufficient anymore.
Okay. My next question is, how does ISO 42001 uh, complement and extend ISO 27001?
So ISO 42001 basically is based upon data, right? Because we know that all the AI models work on the data itself, right? So
Mm-hmm.
data has to be secured. The
Yeah.
confidentiality, integrity, and availability of the data has to be maintained, right? And in order to do that, we need ISO 27001. Okay. So without
Okay.
ISO 27001, we know that if we do not have confidentiality, integrity, and availability of the data, then the AI models will not be able to work properly. Okay. If you remember,
Mm-hmm.
we discussed about data provenance, data lineage. All those things are
Yes.
there because of ISO 27001. Okay. Because if we
Hmm.
don't have governance around data, then all those will become issues. Okay, for the AI model. That is where basically how we extend ISO 42001 from ISO 27001 is that we follow the 27001 principles, we follow the same standard from a governance perspective, and we add AI related risk to that, actually. Okay, and we add AI related impact assessment, we add AI related risk to that. This is how we basically combine them together and take it forward.
Okay. My next question is to tell about why it is must for every GRC professional to upskill in AI governance right now.
Before that, Jen, do you have a question?
Yeah, so the question that I have, it's all about, because we are talking about the risk assessment. What I understand, in case of ISO 42001, which is AIMS, a risk
Hmm.
assessment plays a crucial role, is what I understand, when we compare it to ISO 27001. Right, Love?
Yes, and on top of that, one more thing I would like to add for everybody who is watching. Ujjant has brought a very important point. The AI risk assessment is different from the normal risk assessment that we conduct in ISO 27001. In terms of AI risk will come from the impact of the AI. So in order to get to AI risk assessment, we conduct the AI impact assessment first. So yes, Jan. So this is the difference actually between both of them. Yes.
Right. So, however, this governance will, it will be more or less fall same, right?
Yes.
When
Yes.
it comes to
Governance is
governance
the same.
compared to ISO 27001 and ISO 42001, right? Okay.
Yes. 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 The
Thank
whole
you. Go ahead,
structure
Vidya.
is the same. The whole model is the same. Yes. The only way of understanding and calculating the risk is different. Yes.
Okay.
Thank
Uh,
you. Go ahead, Vidya. Yeah.
yeah. I was asking why must every GRC professional upskill in AI governance right now?
So anybody who is watching, if you want to see yourself in the GRC domain for the next 5 to 10 years, it's that simple. You have to go for ISO for 2001 now. It's high time because see, you see the practicality, Vidya, in front of you right now.
Mhm.
Every company is using, almost every company is using AI. We see that, right? There would be hardly any organization where people would not be using ChatGPT. I can clearly say that,
True.
right? So with the
Hmm.
with the with the way now AI is coming up, with the way now things are moving towards AI, how industry is adopting the AI, the evolution is evident now. Okay, you're using it in banks, you're using it in healthcare sectors, you're using it so many ways. So that
Yeah.
is where you
Everywhere.
need people to govern it, and
Hmm.
that is where governance comes in. And when governance comes, we need people from GRC. Simple. Okay.
I want you to tell our audience how you can help them and how they can connect with you.
So for this particular aspect, we have AIMS course, okay, where we talk about AI governance, practical AI governance, I should say, and
Hmm.
we already conducted a batch with METI, one of the verticals of METI, NEGD, for the same, and we highly successfully, completed it just a couple of months back, and now new batches now starting for AIMS as well, so they can join that. They can definitely understand the whole methodology, the whole framework, how it works for ISO for 2001, how it works for AIMS. Yes, that is definitely there. I think the course
Okay.
is starting
How they
from
can.
this Sunday itself, right, Jen?
Yeah, we're just starting Sunday 5 p.m. IST. The duration will be 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. IST. Yeah, this Sunday, that is on 8th, 7th of Sunday, basically, 7th of December.
Okay. How they can contact you?
Yeah, we have given our contact number. We'll be giving sharing on the screen as well. Definitely, they can reach us on the WhatsApp as well, or directly they can call us. We should be able to guide them and get enrolled for the courses.
Okay. Thank you so much. My next question is, what new AI related risks should GRC professional should be aware of?
Yeah. Just before that, everybody who is watching, you can take a screenshot. This is the brochure of the upcoming course that we have. You have the number also. You can take a screenshot of the same. In case you are interested, you can call on the number below. Okay. Yeah, Vidya. Sorry. Go ahead.
My question was, what new AI related risks should GRC professional be aware of?
Sure. Basically, AI has a lot of risk now. Okay. So we need to understand risk, like what is hallucination? What do
Hmm.
we mean by bias? What do we mean by model drift? What do we mean
Hmm.
by adversarial machine learning attacks like data poisoning? All these are AI
Hmm.
related risks. We have privacy leakage through model inversion. Okay. We have issues
Hmm.
like lack of explainability. We have issues like ethical and societal harm because of AI. We have issues like over reliance on AI where there is no human intervention, there is no human check as well. All these are basically
Hmm.
the risks which are actually now GRC professional need to analyze these risks. They need to do now risk assessment on these. That is where the role of GRC lead implementers, AIMS lead implementers come into play.
So
Okay.
adding to that, Love, all the terminologies just now you told about might be for most of our listeners, students. It looks it might look for them to hard to digest basically. Is that how it has been built? AI like ISO 42001?
Yes, so the risks are clearly laid out the same way that I have mentioned. And definitely, if you want to learn more, if people want to understand each and every risk in detail, I think then they have to spend time with us in the training itself, because all these are new risks and we were not aware about these before, right? So if anybody who is watching, you're interested to know more about these risks, how to tackle them, how to mitigate them using ISO 42001, definitely you need to get the training and hands on for that.
Right. Even what I understand with these wordings, even people who are there in the domain, in example ISO 27001 and any other standards, right? Even when they think of getting to 42001, all this terminology is very new for them, right?
Yes,
Definitely very much. But however, we see that it is not something we can't understand, right?
Hmm.
yes,
True.
all this is a part of the curriculum that we actually take during the ISO 2001. We start from the very basics of what is AI, what is ML, and then we take it forward to these risks and all. But yes, explaining it in one podcast, I don't think it would be possible, because
True, true.
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
lot of understanding that is required. But yes, if you have any doubts on any of the risk, or you want to know more, you can comment, and we'll be more than happy to explain that. But explaining all the risk in a podcast kind of difficult actually.
Okay, can you explain some of the points of it in just like a summary of it?
Yeah, sure.
What we should
See,
expect,
one of the basic and most important one word I would say, model drift. Model drift is one of the
Hmm.
most important issues and one of the most important risks. Okay, if you remember, Vidya, we took an example of a restaurant. Like
Yes.
you actually, you have a new restaurant, and you
Hmm.
feed all the details regarding the restaurant, like number of seats, what all
Hmm.
grocery that you have for this particular month, and all this data will help you to predict the grocery and the usage for the next month, right? We discussed
Yeah.
this model, if you remember.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
similarly, you have an AI system for the same, right? Now you want
Hmm.
AI to predict what will be the spend next month, how much grocery do you need to take, what all will be the expenses, right? So in this
Hmm.
case, till the time, for some time it will be fine, right? Till the time you are
Hmm.
in the same, you are in the same season, till the time you're not expanding, till the time you're not expanding your number of seats and all.
Hmm.
But let's say you started with 30 seats, and now you have expanded to 80 seats. Will you get the same prediction? No.
No.
Even if the season changes, for example, you started from summers, but now you are in winters,
Hmm.
will the items remain same? No.
No.
Okay, so this is what model drift means. Okay, this is where AI
Hmm.
retraining is important. This is where model retraining is important. Okay, and this is only one of the
Okay.
risks I'm talking about. There are many such issues, and many more risks related to AI.
Okay, we have a question. The relation between ISO 27001, AIMS, and DPDPA.
Very good question. Whoever is asked this question, it's a very good question. First of all, relation between these three is very simple. All of them work on data. Okay, DPDP
Hmm.
also talks about personal data. ISO 27001 also tries to govern personal data, and AIMS machine learning model also works on personal data in some cases, right? So that is where all of these three combinedly play a very important role from a privacy perspective, from a data governance perspective, especially for PII, personally identifiable
Hmm.
information. Okay, for example, your name, your address, your
Okay.
phone number, all these are being used in each and every one of these. Okay, so yes, that is
Hmm.
where all of these three come
So
together. Yeah.
in that case, learning about ISO 2770, that is PAMS, makes to be relevant, right? Adding to these three, we can add up that as well when it comes to
Already,
relationship.
yes,
Yes.
you're absolutely correct, Jayant. And I think DPDP, if somebody wants to really understand how to implement DPDP, they would have to understand 27701. Without that understanding, I don't think it will be very easy to implement DPDP, right? Because it
True.
talks
Mm,
about privacy. Yeah.
yeah. My next question is about what are the hottest new career path emerging due to ISO 42001?
Hottest new career paths, huh? Okay, okay. So ISO for 2001, the most hottest new career path is the AIMS lead implementer. Okay, people are being
Okay.
hired as a consultant for implementing the AIMS ISO for 2001. In fact, last week itself, I think Jayant, you got around 5 to 10 calls for implementation of AI, right? From
Very
a
much,
different,
yes.
yeah. So this is one of the hottest in demand. AIMS lead implementer consultants. Okay, people are actually looking for people who can design the IMS, implement the IMS, and help them manage the AI governance part. Definitely, people are looking at that. Okay. Second thing, since we are talking about implementer, we also need auditor as well. AIMS lead auditor also is now becoming in demand. Similarly, okay. So these two
Okay.
are the highest in demand right now. If you talk about the AI.
Okay.
Right.
Uh,
Maybe at this point, I would like to touch upon one biggest challenge most of our callers or students have it. Maybe mid of their career, maybe people who are there in mid of 30s, 40s, they have the challenges of upgrading themselves to the AIMS or transitioning to the career. What's your take? What is your feedback to them? Those questions, Love.
So that's a very good question, first of all, Jan, that you have asked. People who are in their mid 50s or even after 45 or some sort of that, career area where they have thought like whatever we have learned is more than enough now. We are not there to digest more because I think after 50s learning new things is sort of difficult. Okay, we can say that. So for those people and people who think that way, especially thinking that AI and machine learning is something that is out of your reach altogether, do not think that way. Okay, Jayant, if you remember,
mm,
we had so many people from the government of India batch that we took that for the last 2 months that we were taking. So many people were there who were from different age groups. Remember, so that is nothing to worry about, I would say. Okay, if you have the right training, if you have the right trainers, if you have the right mentors, I think that is something that is easily achievable, I would say. Because the way cyber GRC starts every training, we start from the very foundational and basic level. We don't start from AI impact assessment from the first day itself. We know that it will not make any sense to you. Okay, so I
okay.
think, Jan, if somebody is watching, they should feel that ease, and they should be comfortable enough to reach out to us if they have those doubts, right? And definitely they would have those doubts. I can completely understand
Yes,
that
yes, true.
because when we ourselves we started this journey, I think 6 to 8 months back, we ourselves had those issues, right? We were ourselves not able to comprehend so many things in the AIMS. It's so vast and so difficult. Yes, completely agree. Yes.
Mm. Maybe a lot of people have this question that how can ISO 27001 professional transition easily into ISO 42001 role?
See, already if you are ISO 27001 certified, so you are at a good place, first
Mm,
of all, okay? Because you know about risk assessment, you know about how ISO 27001 works, how the standards work,
mm,
how the clauses work. Already you have that understanding, okay? Now your
mm,
challenge is, like Jayant mentioned, now your challenge is to understand AI first. That is your now biggest
mm.
challenge. Because
Okay.
previously you did not have a chance to understand AI and machine learning. Now these are the
Mm,
new things for you. Once you understand how these models work, once you understand data sets, model training, and what are the risks like bias, hallucination, and all these things, then definitely it's not rocket science. It's easy. Okay. But yes, you will need to understand these new skills also. Only then you will be
mm.
able to transition properly. That will definitely be the case.
So
Okay.
maybe the other challenge or the more number of queries I get on the students basically people who are looking for a transition altogether from different domain to this GRC domain, they, being in a current position or wherever they are in the organization, they might not get an opportunity to get a hands-on training or hands-on implementation, right? That's a big challenge for them. What's your take on that, Love?
I think they should start basically from ISO 27001. People from other domains, I would say. Okay, because without understanding ISO 27001, which is the foundation of GRC, it is not possible to even think about ISO for 2001. Okay, if somebody says that you come and we will train you on ISO for 2001 without understanding ISO 27001 and without touching privacy, I think you need to double check those things. Those facts you have to double check them, because it's not possible actually. You know that, right? The foundation of GRC is laid out in ISO 27001. That is one foundational course that anybody who wants to enter into the GRC domain has to go through. There is not even a chance that you can think about skipping it. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, but if somebody is joining this batch, and how will you cover this topic in their perspective? Like, it's already all a practical thing, right? So I want you to explain how will you cover this.
So basically, that's what we tell everybody, Vidya, who comes to us for
Mhm.
training, that you have to go through ISO 27001 first, right?
Hmm.
If you
Hmm.
want to make a career in GRC, if you want to spend time in GRC, you have
Hmm.
to cover this part definitely. And this is the structure that we follow actually. If you really ask us,
Okay.
like
Yeah.
firstly we go through ISO 27001. I think
Hmm.
second, Jayanth, we go for TPRM, right? Second TPRM.
Right. Yes.
Yeah,
TP.
second TPRM. Then we take the candidate to ISO 42001. This is the flow that we follow. Because if we do not follow this flow, people would not be having the right understanding. They would struggle a lot.
Okay. I have heard that like ISO 42001 changes audit and compliance work. So how will ISO 42000 change ISO and compliance work?
Similarly, to like ISO 27001 has done that. ISO 42001 is
Hmm.
also changing a lot of things. For example, now we are worrying more about the data governance, data provenance. We are more worried about bias, fairness, AI explainability, responsible AI. All these things which were
Hmm.
not there before. Now we are worrying about these things, right? So these are all the
Yeah.
changes that we are actually trying to understand. So it's already creating a massive demand for people in the industry, like we discussed, right? So anybody who is watching, already AI auditors, AI governance consultants, AI model reviewers are already in demand, just to make sure that organizations can have a sustainable AI. So yes, definitely that is there.
So, Love, we were speaking about TPRM also. Let us make our students get more clarified. Why is that we need to have a TPRM in between ISO 27001 and ISO 42001? How relevant it is basically?
It's a very good question. See, nowadays emphasis on TPRM is increasing day by day. For example, ISO 27001 also talks about supplier related risk. Okay. Similarly, 42001 also gets the data that you need for training of your AI and machine learning models. Your data from where will you get? You get from your suppliers only. That is why supplier monitoring is everywhere now. Okay, and that is where the TPRM plays a vital role. Even if you take up a new compliance like DPDP Act, DPDP Act also focuses a huge importance on the third party vendors. Okay, so that's how you see in the industry now they are talking more and more about the risk related to the third party. That is where TPRM is becoming very evident nowadays. And everybody who is watching, if you don't know how to understand third party risk, if you don't know how to manage them, if you don't know how to govern them, I think it's now high time you need to start thinking about that. Definitely.
Right. I think we have seen like many organizations, they might not be emphasized more on governance, AIMS governance particularly. Still, they have it implemented. They have many tools which works on AI. Basically, it has been implemented. They might not be focusing more on governance, right? What's your take on that? Right.
So basically, like you mentioned, people think that it's not easy to basically, understand AI, understand machine learning. And that is where organizations also are struggling actually, Jayant, at the moment. They want to do that. I would not say they don't want to do that. They're just not getting the right approach. So that is where they should, I think, get in touch with us so that we can guide them. What is the next step that they should follow? First of all, organizations themselves are not sure what role are they playing. Are they playing the role of a AI producer? Are they playing the role of a AI deployer or AI provider? Or are they playing the role of a AI consumer? AI consumer, so I'm sure every organization nowadays is happening, right? Because every organization is definitely consuming the AI. We all know that, right? But what about the previous two roles? Are you using those two roles as well? Are you acting up in that capacity as well? So these are the things that we will basically have to understand from an organizational perspective.
Right. That's a good point we discussed about.
Yeah, there
And
was a
yes, Vidya. And yeah, Love, like again, many of our students they ask us whether all this domain ISO 27001, ISO 42001, because we see a lot of hype on this AIMS basically. Most of them they ask whether having a technical knowledge on this part is important, right? So let us throw some lights so that they get educated on that part.
I would say if you don't know how to configure a firewall, it's fine. If you know what is a firewall, that is more than sufficient for these type of trainings, because already control implementations are given in the annexures themselves, right? And whatever the standard wants you to implement, that is already clearly given out. Okay, so apart from that, I don't think you need to know how to configure routers, firewalls and all. That level of technical sophistication definitely is not needed. But yes, a basic understanding about IT, how technology works, how what are firewalls, what are the different cloud infrastructure things, like different models in the cloud, like SaaS, PaaS, IaaS. All these things, basic understanding definitely is required. But apart from that, nothing like highly sophisticated technical understanding, I would say. No.
Okay, in that way, even if they are not into that, the learning would not be that hard for them because the
It would
requirement
not be
is to just
impacted.
to know the
Yeah,
overview of it, right?
exactly. You
Right.
are there as a lead implementer. You are not there to configure their firewalls. Very simple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Vidya. You have any questions?
okay. How does ISO 42001 improve career growth compared to only ISO 27001?
So ISO 42001 will definitely boost your career if you are looking towards any AI related roles like AI governance lead, AI implementer, AI auditor. Okay, definitely nowadays there are high paying consulting opportunities which are available right now, like we already discussed, right? So definitely the growth is there, and in beginning of 2026 you will see this growth more. Okay, you will see 30 to 50% more of these AI roles coming up in the industry in 2026 actually. Okay, so that is where being early in the ISO 42001 journey will be definitely a good starting point for anybody, I would say.
So you mean to say early starters will have that benefit of launching themselves in the industry soon, right?
Definitely,
Yeah,
yes,
that should
yes.
be the recommendation for all our listeners. They should be able to grab this opportunity. I think when it comes to compliance, we have DPDP here in India. Now, similarly, we have ISO 42001. This is the right time for people who are looking for transition or somebody who is looking to get into this GST. This is the right time, is what I see, right? To enter into the and to establish themselves in the industry. Just grab it. That is what we can recommend to all of our listeners, right?
Definitely, yes.
And now let us throw some lights on the training that we talk about because cyber GRC focuses more on hands-on training because they might be thinking like when we talk about hands-on training, they might think like we will be making them to work on a tools altogether. Why? What is the relevant? Like how important it is for us to know even before getting into the tools, right? Understanding the fundamentals will be a crucial for us,
Definitely,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
So people, when they come to us, they don't know what is the policy. Okay, that is the stage that people come to us at. Okay, they don't know what is a policy. Forget about how to write a policy and what all are the important things in any policy. Okay, they don't know all these things. Okay, they don't know who is accountable for governance, who is responsible for governance. So that is where I think at Cyber GRC we start them from that basic level till the time they are able to create the policies, they are able to create those things from their own hands. And that is, I think, the beauty, Jen, where they're actually able to perform. So this is not related to any tools and all. I would say you're absolutely correct there. This is all basic understanding of things which people are missing actually. Okay, like conducting a risk assessment on your own, identifying what is an asset in a particular scenario. These are the things that we focus on actually, right?
So having this fundamental knowledge, then migrating to the tools will make our job easy, right?
Definitely,
More
definitely. See,
effective rather than we can say.
I would say tools are there to support us, and tools are not there to replace the work that we are doing. Tools are there to enhance the effectiveness and efficiency of the work, right? So when we don't have the basic understanding of the fundamentals of GRC, I don't think the tools will be able to help us. In fact, we'll be more confused if you put us on the tool if we don't have understanding about the basic things of GRC.
Right, right. That's a good thing to know. And we have one question. Yeah, just a thought. This AMS will surely redefine SOC 2 Type 2 assessments.
Yesterday also somebody asked the same question that AIMS will surely touch upon SOC 2 Type 2. So just to clarify, I think people sort of have a confusion here. So Jen, as you know, SOC 2 Type 2 is basically talking about the trust services criteria, right? We have the 5 trust service principles there. Okay, it does not specifically talks about AI. First of all, you have to understand that. Okay, so that is where, and I think understanding is required. Only ISO for 2001 AIMS is the standard globally recognized for now that is talking about AI independently. Okay, apart from that, here and there, definitely SOC 2 Type 2 will also touch upon things like data related to the AI, like machine learning algorithms. All that is there. But SOC 2 Type 2 is not designed for AI. We have to understand that part.
That's more of reporting is what we talk about, right? SOC 2
Exactly,
Type 2.
exactly,
Right.
exactly, exactly.
Okay, that comes as a report wherein company can validate that, right? Before getting into any sort of business.
Right, 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 right.
Great. Right, Law. That's a good discussion that we had. Maybe let us make it clear once again to all of our listener. We have a upcoming batch on 7th Sunday, that is December. Whoever wants to get enrolled, you can just reach us on the number that you are able to see on the screen. You can reach us on directly on the number or the WhatsApp. Even we have mentioned the email ID. Please feel free to reach us. Right? Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. If anybody who is watching, you are. I think more than half of the batch is already filled, right? Then.
Very much. Yes, we are getting a lot of inquiries. Yes, half of that is
Yeah,
filled
yeah,
already. Yeah.
yeah. Already, I think 20 people have registered, guys. So I think only a few seats are left. So feel free. You can join the upcoming batch, right? Okay. And again, if any questions are there, if anything that you want to ask, feel free to ask in the comment section. Okay. I think Vidya is now joining. Vidya, we are ending the podcast. Any last questions you have?
We could also questions like this.
Not able to
Okay,
hear
I
you.
think she has some network issue. I think we can
Yeah, 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 yeah.
end for the session. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you guys. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye bye.